There we go. Okay. All right. Okay, we'll just begin our yoga sculpt this morning in a seated position. If you'd like to take a blanket to prop yourself up upon, make sure you have a water if you need it, a couple blocks, a strap, whatever you're most comfortable with. Go ahead and take that seated position, pulling the flesh away from the glutes, settling in, bringing the hands to the heart center. Closing the eye gaze down just as we tune in this morning to our breath, awareness of the heartbeat, softening, relaxing the jaw, the cheekbones. Just breathe. May we be protected throughout our practice. May we be nourished by our flow, our breath, our gentle movement. May our life be an inspiration, bring hope and joy to the world around us. May we work together with positive energy, and may we absolutely love the life that we have been gifted. Inhale fully, and then very slowly release the hands at your sides. Sweep the arms up overhead. Big breath in, welcoming in the day. Exhale, sighing out, drawing the hands back to the heart center. Continue here, releasing the hands. Sweep the arms up overhead. Big breath in. Exhale, sighing out, drawing the eye gaze down. Release. Inhale and exhale. Again, 2 more breaths here. Release. Inhale. Exhale. Release worries. Inhale goodness. Exhale soften. Release the hands to the sides and then sweep the left arm up over the left ear, dropping the right hand to the side. Extend through the left arm, extend through the left side body, and maybe even draw the eye gaze up towards the left middle finger if that feels good, or drop the eye gaze towards the earth. Inhale back to center, touching fingertips, and release to the opposite side, extending right arm up over the right ear. Again, keeping a neutral eye gaze is up, or lower the eye gaze towards the earth. Then back to center, going again to the opposite side. Extend, reach away, pull the knees towards the earth here. Drop the right elbow towards or onto the earth and extend the left arm. Back to center, just awakening the body this morning. Reaching through fingertips, bending the elbow towards the earth, pulling the knees towards the earth. Eye gaze where feels good for you. Back to center. From here, dropping the left hand to the right knee, rotate the right hand back behind a gentle spinal twist, sitting up tall. Lengthen through the spine, through the neck, and the crown of the head, reaching towards the heavens. Coming to opposite side, right hand to left knee, sitting up tall again. Release, opposite side. Rotate around, drop through the knees, lift through the spine. And again, exhaling, rotate, inhale, rise tall. And back to center. From here, walking the fingertips forward, coming to elbows or extending through arms even more, and dropping the forehead towards or onto the earth. Pulling the sit bones towards the earth. And release, coming up. Good. From here, just rotating side to side, getting some blood flow pumping through the body here. Good. Next, we're going to reach for our left foot. Bring your left foot up. You can take your left hand underneath and hold here. We're just going to awaken the feet this morning, giving some tapping motions, maybe with the knuckles, maybe the fingertips. Rotate through the ankle one direction, the other direction. Taking your time here, maybe pushing the foot backwards and pointing the toe, flexing the foot, rotating the ankle. A lot of times our feet get neglected as we move through the day, but we're on them all day. So let's give our feet some gentle care this morning, maybe tapping again. Taking your right hand, spreading the fingers, take your fingers through all the toes. So we're going to give your toes a little massage here. Maneuver fingers through the toes, and then go ahead and massage, rub, rotate, rock, pull on the toes, waken the toes up this morning. And we'll switch sides, resting the left foot on the floor, bringing the right foot up. Take the right arm underneath the right leg. Go ahead again, tapping with knuckles, fingertips, the palm, the fingers, whatever feels good here. Rotating the ankle, just awakening the feet again this morning. Rotate one direction, the opposite direction. Maybe the knuckles tapping. Flexing the foot, pointing the toes. And then taking the left hand, flare the fingertips wide and take the fingertips through all the toes, intertwine. Use assistance with other hand as needed. And then pulling the toes, rotating them backwards, rocking, giving your toes a little massage here. Rotate the ankle. And resting the right foot back down. From here, we can take our right hand, wrap it around left shoulder, left hand around the right shoulder, giving yourself a hug this morning, maybe dropping the hands towards the waist. Give yourself a squeeze this morning. Loving yourself, loving just who you are, right where you are. Good, and release. Go ahead and set the blanket to the side, and we'll come on to hands and knees. If you'd prefer this morning, you can also use that blanket underneath the knees. We'll come to a cat and cow position. Knees and hips in alignment, toes are tucked under, wrists and shoulders aligned. Melt the heart, lift the tailbone, the eye gaze draws upward, inhale. And on the exhale, curve the spine, take the eye gaze back towards the toes. Inhale, rise. And exhale, cat. Take your time here with your breath leading the way. Inhale, bringing the eye gaze up. Exhale, curving the spine, tailbone drops towards the earth. You can also point the toes away, opening up the tops of the feet as well. Just playing around with that movement that feels good for you this morning. Welcoming in the day with the breath. Exhale, sighing out, expanding. Toes are pointed away. We'll drop the hips towards the heels. Rotate over to the right. Inhale, pull forward, and then exhale, drawing back. During this time, setting your intention for your practice. Maybe it's joy for a new day. Maybe it's peace that you want to maintain throughout your mind during the day. Maybe it's curiosity or hope. Choosing your intention allowing direction for your practice, giving yourself a focal point. One direction, the other direction, just moving the body as it feels best for you. And then coming to child's pose together, knees wide, big toes touch. Walk the fingertips forward and then begin to melt the heart and the chest towards the earth, resting the forehead on the mat. Walk the fingertips forward, maybe just a little further. Or if you'd like to, drop to the elbows, hands in prayer, and bring the thumbs to the nape of the neck, walking the elbows further forward on your mat. And release the hands. Inhale, draw the body back up and out to a neutral tabletop position. Tucking the toes under for balance and support. Extend through the right arm, thread the needle, bring the right arm high, eye gaze up, lift the heart and the chest towards the sky. And then exhale as you're ready, drawing the right arm underneath the left, coming onto fingertips on the left hand. Extend through the left leg, reaching the toes back towards the back edge of the mat. If you'd like to go further, extending and bringing the left arm high as well, or maybe even floating that back extension through the left leg. Release left hand, left foot, draw the body back up and out. Extend through the right arm high to the sky once again, and then return right hand to join left, opposite side. Extend through the left arm, bring the left arm high. And then drop the left arm underneath the right, resting on the left ear, right fingertips planted on the earth in a tented position. Maybe if you'd like to, kicking back through the right leg now, or maybe even floating the right arm. Maybe extending and floating the right leg as well. See what feels good for you this morning. Find your edge. Release foot, hand, and draw the body back up and out, extending first, high to the sky, and release. From here, opening up into Sunbird. Extend the right arm forward, kick back through the right heel. Stay here or bend the left knee, reach back for the left foot, and bring the left toes to the sky, rotating through the heart and the chest. Maybe even the eye gaze drawing upwards. Welcome the day how you see best for you. And release Sunbird. And back to neutral. Tabletop, extend left arm, kick back through the right heel. Stay here if you'd like to, reaching the crown of the head forward. Or bend the right knee, point the toes, reach back with the left hand, grasping the foot, and reach high to the sky with the heart. Open up through the shoulders, taking the eye gaze up. Release for Sunbird. And back to neutral spine. From here to child's pose once again, knees wide, big toes touch, walk the fingertips forward, melt the heart and the chest towards the earth. If you'd like to go further, extend through the arms at a T position at your side, staying on tented fingertips, and rest the chin on the earth, taking the eye gaze forward. And release. Come back up and out to a neutral spine. From here, going right into downward facing dog. Begin to melt the heart, pull the shoulder blades together. Toes are tucked under, lift the hips, and pedal out the feet. Alternating right knee bend, left knee bend. Maybe taking a little sway in the hips as well. Right hip, left hip shifting slightly. Waking the body. And then on the exhale, press the heels into the earth and sink here and hold. Press the palms into the earth strong. Lengthen through the arms, lift through the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Continue to breathe. Just hold. Just notice. Notice where there is tension and tightness. Take your breath there. Soften the body. From here, a wide downward dog stance. Take the feet to the long edges of the mat. We'll take the left hand, wrap it, and reach for the outside of the right calf. Still pressing through the right arm, lift through the hips, and reaching for the calf with the left hand. Rotate through the spine. Take the eye gaze underneath the right arm. And release. Switch sides, take the right hand to the outside of the left calf, rotate through the spine, take the eye gaze underneath the left armpit, hold here. Press down through the heels, lift through the hips, reach through the right arm. And release, come back to a neutral downward dog position. And from here to a three-legged dog. First, we'll take a plank, dropping the right knee forward in between the hands. Pull the quad up towards the abdomen, hold here. Then swing the right leg high for three-legged dog. Sink the left heel, reach through the right leg. Point the toes, extension. And then bend the right knee, flex the right foot, and drop the right hip open, sending the right foot back behind you. Press equally through the arms as much as possible. Back to a three-legged dog, and back to downward dog, opposite side. Bend the left knee, bring it forward, holding a one-legged plank. Bring the quad up towards the abs. And then swing the left leg high to the sky. Point the toes, extend, open up. And then flex the foot, bend the knee, stack the hips, dropping the left heel back behind you. Release three-legged dog and downward facing dog. From here, coming up onto toe mounds, 10 fingertips, bend the knees, and jump or step forward, feet in between hands, rise to chair. In chair, bring the toes to touch, knees to touch, heels are slightly apart. Sink a little deeper, extend the arms a little more. Hold here. Palms together, bend the elbows, revolve chair to the right. Left elbow up over the right quad. Rotate through the heart, lift the eyes, maybe extend through the right arm high to the sky, and drop the left fingertips low. Exhale, release. Inhale, neutral, spine neutral chair. Opposite side, palms together, bend the elbows, revolve chair to the left. Staying here or extending through the arms. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, rise, extending through the arms. From here to goddess pose, take the knees wide. Sink in the hips, extend through the arms high to the sky. And then cactus arms. Press through the elbows, reach through the fingertips. Sink a little lower. From here, we're going to lift the right heel off the earth. Exhale, drop the heel. Inhale, lift the left heel off the earth. Exhale, dropping the left heel. Continue with your breath leading the way. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Keep going. A little bit of a burn. Take a little break if you need to, but keep going if you can. Inhale, lift through the left heel. Exhale, soften. Good. Keep going. Now maybe take both heels off the earth at the same time, coming up onto the toe mounds. Nice. Stay on your toe mounds. Good. Sink in the hips. Then drop the hands to the earth. Lift the hips high. Point the toes forward. Drop the heels down. Wide-legged forward stance. Walk and extend the right arms, your right fingertips out in front of the right foot off the mat, and then drop the eye gaze towards the left heel. Hold here. Extend through the arms maybe a little more now. Sink in the heels and pull the hips back. Walk fingertips back to center, flat back. Crown of the head extending forward. And then extending left arms out to the left side in front, about 1.5 feet of the left toes. Drop the eye gaze back down towards the right heel. Pull the hips back. Press down through the heels. Come back to center. From here, extend and reach fingertips towards ankles, feet, hooking peace fingers on big toes, and drop towards the crown of the head. If you need to here, you can use your block as well. Resting the crown of the head on a block at any height, or resting the crown of the head on the earth. Inhale back to flat back. From here, we're going to point the toes towards the left, rotating around. Close up that gap between the feet Pull back through the hips and dropping the forehead, the nose towards the knee. Again, blocks are handy here if you'd like to use blocks. Taking blocks on either side is great too. Press through the heels, pull the hips back. Maybe lift here, a half flat back again. Or exhale and soften a little deeper. Maybe you can go deeper. Pull back through the left hip still. If it's too much strain, take that right foot slightly off that balance beam, that straight line. Inhale, flat back again. Intense forward fold, dropping nose towards the knee. Bring your blocks with you. We'll rotate to the opposite side. Pointing toes forward. Blocks or no blocks, press through the heels. Intense forward fold, flat back, and then exhale, release. Pulling the right hip back a little more. Inhale, rise to a flat back. And exhale, soften. Inhale, flat back, walking fingertips back to center. Take the feet wide again, dropping to elbows or to the crown of the head. Or again, the use of a block for the crown of the head at any height. Good, fingertips to the earth, bend the knees, jump the feet together, and again, rise to chair. If you'd like to here, you can also take your weights in our chair position, and we'll take a little arm work here with that added weight. Extend through the arms, sink in the hips, pull the knees together, toes touch. If it feels better for you, take a wider stance. Hold here. We're going to drop the arms out to a T position and just pump the arms a little bit. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath in. Allow that breath some fluidity. And then dropping in, rotate the shoulders and reach back behind you. Flare the fingertips, but hold those weights, working the triceps just slightly. Our quads are getting activated as well and warmed up. So our position here. Good. Back to that T position. Pump the arms. Inhale. Exhale. And then bring arms forward. Parallel with the earth, roll the shoulders back slightly and pump the arms. Good job. Back to chair, hold chair. And release, fly the arms out to the sides. Stand up tall, shake the legs out a little bit, set the weights to the side, shake the arms. Good. Removing all props from the mat. Standing tall at the back edge of the mat. Sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. And folding forward, dropping hips toward, folding the hips. From here, hands are on the earth, Uttanasana, forward fold. Half lift, hands to shins, big breath in. And exhale, sighing out, Uttanasana. In Uttanasana, take the hands behind the calves and squeeze the body in half this morning. And release. From here, walk fingertips forward, coming back to downward facing dog. Reposition so you're comfortable and in your pose. Sink in the heels, lift the hips. Breathe. Again, bending the right knee, bring the right knee forward, holding plank. In our plank now, we're going to take the right knee over to the right elbow. Over to the left, abs engaged. Back to center. And our three-legged dog, hold here. Flex the foot, bend the knee, stack the hips, dropping the right heel back behind you. Open it up. Press through the arms. Back to three-legged dog. And back to downward facing dog. Reposition. Opposite side, bend the left knee, bring it forward, holding plank. Take the left knee over to the left elbow, across to the right, back to center, and high to the sky. Flex the left foot, bend the left knee, stack the hips. Back to three-legged dog and to downward facing dog. From here to a plank position, drop forward. Hold here. Come to knees, chest, and chin, or hold a hovering chaturanga. Point the toes away, rise to up dog or cobra. Point the toes, sink in the hips, lengthen through the arms. Pull the chest forward, the eye gaze is up. Downward facing dog. Return here, big breath in. Again, alternate if that feels good for you. Right knee bend, left knee bend, swaying in the hips just slightly. Otherwise, sending the heels directly into the earth. Coming to plank once again, hold plank. Again, knees, chest, chin, or hovering chaturanga. Pull the shoulders back, elbows in. Point the toes, rise to up dog or cobra. Tuck the toes, downward dog. Sink the heels. Inhale and exhale. Into lizard pose, bend the right knee, send the